Hi everyone, Jeff Lee, Program Manager at TMASF Connects, back once again with Rick Loucher, President and CEO of Market Street Railway. Today, we're talking about Market Street Railway in detail. Starting off, the streetcars we see feature a diverse fleet of different shapes, sizes, and colors, each with their own histories and stories. Where do they come from and how?
Well, let's flash back to 40 years ago. When we started these trolley festivals, as we called them, to demonstrate the concept that vintage streetcars could be effective and cost effective and attractive carriers of people in regular transit service. And we brought it to San Francisco. And it turned out that the museum had a unique open top tram. I shouldn't say unique, they actually were 12 of them in Blackpool, England, that people love to ride. So we leased that one. We leased a couple of old Muni trams. And this was a disparate fleet, an interesting fleet, but also a fleet that required unique maintenance because each car was, as you point out, different. And so after the success of the trolley festivals, and it was decided and funded by sales tax approval to build a permanent F line, we had to think about what it would take to run service, what kinds of cars we needed to run service 18, 19 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So we actually Muni, and we supported this, decided the best thing to do was use the same type of streetcar that they had used for 40 years on Market Street, these so-called streamlined PCC streetcars that everybody is familiar with who lived in San Francisco at the time. They're extremely easy to maintain, they're reliable, and they're built like tanks, and they're quiet. They have upholstered seats, so they're much more comfortable than buses. And Muni acquired a fleet of initially 17 of these cars and restored them, had them restored by a third party, a contractor, to like new condition, brought them here. And it was decided to, because this type of streetcar had run in 33 different North American cities, rather than paint them all the same, we would honor these other cities because San Francisco, after all, is a collection of immigrants. So we decided to honor cities like Brooklyn, Boston, Philadelphia, Cleveland, Los Angeles, and on, Chicago, by accurately painting these cars in the colors of the transit systems, excuse me, that once operated them. And this made like a rainbow of color, and the cars themselves almost became objects of art. Very attractive. You know, they're Muni cars because they're on Muni tracks, you know, stopping at Muni Islands, but you get a taste of other cities. And so that was where we started. And when the F line opened originally in 1995, but it soon became clear that that wasn't going to be enough cars. And there was an almost emergency need to buy more cars, both to meet the demand on the existing line, which only went as far as First Street and the old East Bay Terminal, and to plan for the extension. We acquired, luckily, a fleet of beautiful old wooden and metal Peter Witt cars. It's a different design, narrower, colored in orange, from Milan, which again was retiring them. And even then, when the extended F line opened in 2000, the ridership was so big, it was so popular going to the wharf, that Muni decided, oh, we got to get more. And we, our nonprofit, had been keeping an eye on every PCC streetcar that was still around. So we, with Muni, bought 11 of those, put those through a restoration process. And so we now have 32 PCCs, which include about 8 of Muni's own PCCs going back to the 1940s. And we have the Milan trams, and we have still a selection of the vintage trams, which we try to operate to some extent in the summers, budgets willing, and things like that. And of those, the most popular by far are these open top boat trams from Blackpool. I mentioned that we had one in the original Trolley Festival, which was enormously popular. So over the last 40 years, our nonprofit has bought, and given to Muni two more. Those are in the process of being renovated. And as far as additional cars, Muni really has, thanks to all this effort that's gone on in the past, we have enough cars to continue operating, throughout the summers on Market Street and around to the wharf. And as far as additional cars, Muni really has, thanks to all this effort that's gone on in the past, we have enough cars to continue operating, regardless of what the likely increase in demand is.